What?
Go ahead, sorry.
Stumbled upon a cave hidden behind a waterfall. Upon inspection of said waterfall, we found the original werewolf chained to said cave. It's using some of my flowers. We were able to bring lucidity for brief periods of time where we get several questions answered. We then contacted, after quizzing him, we then contacted his extended family, the Blood Lord, his brother, the Witch Queen, his sister, and his lover, Kara, one of the Blood Lord's first turned. We found that there are a few ways we could go about freeing him and freeing him from the bestial impulses that can control him. Knowing that we did not have what it takes currently to either complete the rituals or, side note, feeling that maybe lessening part of his curse, so part of his rage, would behoove us before we underwent such a dangerous ritual. To that end, we all bowed out and informed him that we were doing as such. And that's more or less where we ended. We ended on a new day, teleported away. Oh, there was that. Upon leaving the cave, our trainer, Vagir, showed up and proceeded to give us a quest of his quest list that we have to complete before our companions are reverted to their regular forms. That could not be completed, as it was stated. So, after Solon, irritated with Vagir, basically insulted him and implied as such that he was a moron for not knowing the targets of his own quests. Vagir says, fine, you win this one, and we accomplished, technically for free, a second quest. He goes to plan a more vicious third quest for us on the following day. And that's where we begin.
Yeah.
Sort of. We did miss
More or
the
less.
part about the one dude that we found that was hunting demons in a soul for part. But yeah.
You're right,
was
I did
before-
forget that. Next time you can do the recap and not remember everything.
Isn't that normal?
You doing the recap? No.
Last, like, how long? I was doing the recap quite a bit there.
2 times, maybe 3 times in a row does not count as quite a bit.
Dude, I was doing it for like a month straight for a while there.
2, maybe
2
3
months
times
straight.
does not count as quite a bit.
And you can blame this one on Derek, actually. He got me into looking at Hero Forge again.
Oh, blame me.
Yep.
It's fucked up. It's not nice. All right. So, Vagir has vanished. You have a whole day to yourself before he comes back at you. What do y'all wish to do?
Dan, are we near anything we're wanting to look at?
Yeah.
I know we were in the middle of that and then we came across this.
Give
Didn't
us
I
this there
move
is.
off of this tile so Vagir wouldn't find it?
Yeah.
Well, you got to remember, each tile is like 12 miles long. You're still on the tile. You just went off in the distance far enough away from it.
Okay, so Solon perks up and says, we got a couple of options here. One, remember what we met that mysterious stranger? The two people that are at risk of being corrupted, that are of allied nature that we had met before? Kui being one of them, and the other being a tree-like figure. I think the tree-like figure is the Elf Queen. And she's technically next door. On our way to our next destination, which is M10.
Sounds good to me.
Do we want to stop there?
Yeah.
Good to me.
Okay.
All right. So as you all enter into the territory, or the heart of the territory of the Queen of the Forest, there is something a little off. The magical illusions and the defensive mechanisms in place have waned significantly. It could be from the cataclysmic fight between the Scarlet Emperor and your uncle of just destroy everything because I'm chaotic evil. But there is no risk of you or the people that have, detect magic and all that. There's no real risk for even just a wanderer to walk in here to succumb to the sleep effects or the mass illusions. One thing you notice is that the forest itself, as you get to the heart of the territory, is very scarce with animals. It has been about an hour into your travels since you've seen a bird or so much as a deer frolicking through the woods. As you start to approach Amber Spires, there are guards on duty, but significantly less than the last time you were here. They look weary, exhausted. And as you approach one of the men, they grab their longbow and point to the air. And you can even see that their arm shakes from the fatigue that they suffer. And then his colleague next to him pats him on the shoulder and shakes his head no. The bow is lowered as you soar, over the walls into the heart of Amber Spires itself, or the center of Amber Spire itself. The large tree that is housed, or is the main housing of the higher ups and the hierarchy here, the leaves are changing colors as if in autumn. Fall is hitting here. However, the temperature itself is as it has always been. Nice kind of a, not overly hot, but a kind of a tropical, with the breeze. You see some of the flowers and the like that are upon the tree, the mushrooms and the various vines. While some of them still hold a bit of health to them, the others are beginning to wilt. Some beginning to crumble as the wind blows through them and, just crumbles into the wind. What do y'all do?
Isn't this the first time some of us have been?
I think everyone's been here except for Axis.
No. You have not been here. As you are floating in the air, because none of you all have told me you've done anything, you do see the few denizens of Amber Spire. As you are floating there, many dart into their houses. One, you see a child kind of look up at you with a wonder, something that, has been absent in what you would seem to be a mother or a watcher, comes up, swoops, picks them up, and then darts into a building not too far off into the distance. A lot of the people that were here were severely devastated by the cataclysm. There's only two hexes of the territory that are still left standing, where 3 of them were completely annihilated, succumbed to the ocean, and what little bits that are island are just that small little islands of ruins.
This place has seen better times.
At least this time it's not our fault.
I'm not sure on that one, but
All right, what do y'all do?
Should we go seeking the person in charge? Cannot remember her name.
There was a giant tree that was the center of this place. Is it still standing?
It is still standing. I guess I don't. You all heard my description of it, right? The leaves are turning colors as if fall has hit, though the weather does not match the change of the leaves. The flowers and the mushrooms and whatnot, while some are still healthy enough, the others are beginning to wilt or crumble away in the wind itself as it blows through the great tree. Just checking my notes here real quick. Charlie, I need you to give me a will save, buddy.
Oh, shit. Gotcha, buddy. $35.
You do succeed.
If I succeed, it's a critical success.
It is a critical success. That is nice. Yay for Master Will. Woo.
Yeah.
Because you critically succeeded there, I will allow you to give me a perception check. With fortune. Is kind of a new spark in you, or a new spark in you is kind of beginning to pulsate, if you will.
Mm-hmm. With fortune is just with advantage, correct? Or...
Basically. So also note, so again, I've been doing this wrong, and I've reread the core rules and all that. You cannot spend hero points on other people. I will allow it with the token because the token is a magical idol, basically bestowing a fortune effect on somebody or yourself. A hero point, when you use it, you take the second roll no matter what. So it is not the same thing as advantage. I went into this game thinking it was the exact same as D&D 5th edition because, well, we played the fuck out of 5th edition D&D. But so fortune effects do numerous different things, and depending on the fortune effect, it will tell you if you take the better of the two. But hero points itself, you get a reroll, attack roll, a saving throw, a skill check. If you reroll, you take the second result no matter what.
Okay.
All right.
So, with your will save, with it being a critical, you know that there is definitely an outsider's influence being felt here.
Okay.
With that perception check, while you don't know exactly what it is, the influence is akin to you.
I'm gonna make an educated guess that it's pestilence. Sorry.
All right.
I will relay Dan of which I sense. I might take some more time to try and find out if I can. If it's just affecting the tree or more the whole city. Or
Okay. If you're going to go on that extensive of a search, it's going to take about 2 hours for you to fully kind of explore and, kind of get a general feel of how strong it is and potentially finding a pinpoint of where it's, transpiring from.
Okay.
But that is about 2 hours if you go on that exploration activity.
I will tell Solon when I sense. Tell him that you guys go on ahead. I will be a couple hours. Unless they desperately think that they need me, I'm sure they will speak up.
Nobody's speaking up, so
I go on it.
Jeff Emil
I
lands.
apologize. I was muted. Derek, because I think it might be important at some points in short periods of time. Any chance you could send me that staff information?
Yes.
I take it, Dad. You don't have anything against
I
me.
know. I think that's a good idea. It might be worth your while to bring someone with you, I say. And Nair should stay with us.
She was. I was just checking out my notes here real quick. Nair would say, "I shall stay with the group. That way, we can communicate freely between you and whoever ventures with you, and the rest of our companions."
Chucky, I think this is Pestilence dealing the stuff in the city. Do you want to tag along? You want to fuck up some more of his plans with me?
You know what? Yeah, I actually do.
Okay. So you all are going to head off. You can give me a how are you going to go about this? Are you going to be asking the locals? Are you going to be investigating? How are you going about this?
I would say I want to do it in stages. My first stage would be trying to talk to locals, try and get a figure through the local populace on what's been happening recently. Has the withering from the tree affected the city and stuff in any way?
Okay. So for the first hour, go ahead and give me a society.
Make sure I don't have any feats or anything that's going to come into this.
Can I?
Diplomacy can be used here as well because the people here are scared. And as you traverse Amber Spires, very few people actually look at you. And those that do are very guarded. And the majority of the remainder, citizens of Amber Spire actually, just go down a different alley, go into their homes, go into a store shop or whatever to kind of avert outsiders. So diplomacy or society. And yes, you can assist, but he needs to know what skill he's going to do here. So
Let's do diplomacy.
That's my higher one too.
Yeah.
Nice. The barbarian's diplomacy is really just intimidation, but nicer.
Oh, you want me to roll intimidation? I can.
If you don't mind, good sir, I'm going to use my fist to bash in your skull.
I do mind.
But if you allow me to bash your skull in with my fist, it will stop me from murdering everybody else.
Does a 15 help me?
You do get a +1.
Okay. So 27.
That is a critical success. All right. Before I get to that right there, Solon and Araxes, is there anything that the two of you do?
I say we go straight for the leadership. Introduce ourselves, or meet with the queen if possible. The Ever Queen.
That works for me.
It was Amber Queen, wasn't it?
Yes. It was the Queen of the Forest or the Amber Queen. She goes by both. God, what's that word? Monocle? No. Whatever.
Dan, is this going to be another family member you have on the island?
No, actually, she's not related. We covered this already. Though, if I do have another family member on this island, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Technically, you have 2. No? Yeah, 2. Plus your grandpa. Yeah, so 3. All right, as both you approach the massive natural arch or bow within the tree, there's only one guard dressed in elven full plate, a elven curved longsword, who is leaning haphazardly against the opening. He lifts his head with what looks to be immense strain on him. It is good to see you again, Solon. Forgive me, I do not know your companions.
I gesture to Araxes.
Breathing keeps speeding, not speeding up, but is becoming more shallow.
Okay, now that we're closer, do I see additional guards?
Give me a perception check. As you look through the entrance, you do see a handful of guards on the first level of this great tree. Now, when I say a handful, there's really just that, maybe a dozen, maybe just a little more than that, maybe a little less. You just see them moving about. The nobility, if you will, they're very sparse in here as well. It's because you remember the map. It's just a massive tree that houses hundreds, if not 1,000 or more. It seems like you're looking into a ghost town.
Okay, I concentrate for a moment and then I cast. The chief, the head guard and then 5 random guards.
Okay.
Experience a day's worth of recovery in an instance.
Okay.
Any
When
dead
you
from
cast this,
would be gone after 24 hours end.
when you cast this, they do seem revitalized, but still a level of fatigue. Like, his breathing has gotten better. It doesn't seem like he's about to collapse, but it's still not one of his natural physicality should be.
I say, what happened?
Oh, thank you for that. And he puts his fist to his chest, and he bows to you in appreciation. We are unsure. After the cataclysmic event that transpired a few weeks after, the ones that left to go to Viridian, those that stayed have been suffering great fatigue. The queen herself has been stricken to her chambers. The handmaidens watching over her fear for the worst. And then you see a concerned look upon his face. Your natural perception is high enough to notice that. There is definitely a look of true worry on his face. And he just trails off from there.
I introduce him to Nair. Introduce him as Charlie's paramour.
Cool. You can give me a perception check. Since you said you did that, you can give me a perception check for Nair. I believe you still have access to her character sheet.
Yes, I do.
I no longer have access to it.
You no longer do?
Oh, when I first logged on, I did not, but now I do. I don't know what happened. It was grayed out for me.
Weird. All right. She looks upon him and she notices something very peculiar. It's as if this soldier, this once vibrant elf, and these are basically, kind of second-gen elves, if you will. Because you got the firstborn, a.k.a. Eladrin, which Nair was an Eladrin, if you will, or a firstborn. Not Eladrin, but the first wave of elves. This soldier, this captain of the guard, as if he has aged rapidly. To such an extent, so just like Eladrin are, they don't die of old age. The first waves of elves that separated from the first world theoretically don't die of old age either. Second wave, they live for thousands of years before succumbing to the effects of old age, and so forth, so on. Where the current gen lives for about 1,000 years. And while you don't recall this captain of the guard's name because I never gave one to him and he's just an NPC serving a plot and I'm so horrible at coming up with names, you do remember him. He was lively the last time you were here. All of them were. His name is Leonard.
Let's... So when did this start?
About a week after the week and a half after the cataclysmic event. And that's referring to the battle between the Scarlet Emperor and your uncle.
Okay, I don't know what Nair notices, so I'm going to respond with a different assumption. It's almost as if someone has taken the external protective enchantments and turned them inwards.
That is beyond me. While I have limited primal capabilities, our last remaining sages would be best suited to speak of such matters. And you kind of see them like just kind of trail off a little bit.
So Derek,
if you rolled for Nair or whoever, I'm going to have, if Nair is with, if Charlie's not with the group, I'll have you control Nair. So if she informs you what she found out, you know, you're kind of key of playing Nair there, or unless Charlie wants to play her while he's not with you, I don't care.
Charlie can go ahead and play her.
Yeah. All right.
So I take a moment and kind of a self-assess, see if I'm noticing any exhaustion or anything like that since coming here, like anything that would be out of the ordinary with my own physical condition. Kind of trying to rule out environmental or if it's something else.
Give me a medicine check. If you have a feat that allows you to use nature instead of medicine, you can use nature. But I don't know if you have that feat or not. Give me a medicine check. This is examining yourself. You seem relatively fine. You seem relatively fine. I mean, you've been active for, you know, a few hours, you know, but beyond that, nothing out of the ordinary.
Maybe we attempt to, maybe we approach to see if the queen is still indisposed. Maybe she can give us some direction as to help lift this affliction.
But of course, because of you and your companions, those that did migrate from the Amber Spires have found shelter in Viridian. He nods to you.
Return it and
as you all begin to, you know, progress through the city and go through the different tiers, as you get to the third level of this massive tree, you see a few people laid out, and some people tending to them. They are coughing. You can see that their breathing is very labored. and very short. Just slow, deep grasp of trying to gather as much breath as they can.
So is Nair at any point in time going to let us know what she discovered?
Sorry, I was in the deep still doing my familiar. It would have been right after the medicine check. If you checking yourself, Nair would have explained to you what she is sensing, seeing.
It's an age effect? Or an aging effect? I think about this and I say, well, I'm technically even before the firstborn in terms of generations. So aging doesn't affect me at all. I don't know about you. I say with the eye towards Nair because I don't know anymore.
No,
What
she
about
seems
you,
unaffected. Araxis, as you look at Araxis, she looks relatively fine. Give me a perception check. Elves of various generations, and there's a few Eladrin. You notice, she has this platinum silver kind of hair. There are streaks that are solid gray, or I should say white. It's hard to see, but just positioning yourself, kind of just examining your companions, how the light hits her, you do see how her hair has subtly changed to that if, getting older. Not yet. I've been doing some secret tricks here.
I point out to our axis and I point out a strand or a streak of hair.
He points out gray hair to you. Every woman's nightmare. Are you gonna talk? Use your head.
I say either Araxis' dye job is going by the wayside, or we have a problem.
But I don't dye my hair.
You may have a problem. So
Nair can give me another perception check, Charlie.
Okay.
Take a bowl of water, pour some water in, or take a bowl, pour some water in there, and show Araxis her reflection. And I point to her hair.
You do see aging hair. Nair notices something important here because she's been around you all, and with her life sense and spirit sense and whatnot. She can tell Araxis is aged 12 years since being here.
In a matter of 5 minutes?
Been a little longer than that, but yeah, in the matter since you've arrived to this point, you have aged 12 years.
Nair tries to put it to them as gently as possible. Does not say an actual number unless asked. Just said you have definitely aged quite a bit since we've been in the town. Talking to Araxis.
It's a little bit late to do this, but since they pointed out that my hair is changing, I want to then roll a perception check for the guard guy to notice if he's been changing, my companions have been changing.
That's been established. The old
No, I know that, but my character specifically hasn't been paying attention to that, so isn't on the same page.
All right, give me a perception check. Okay, so that original guard's down on the very first level. You're on the third level, so you're not seeing him. But you do look around, and one of the elves, one of the ones taking care of one of the few that are on the ground, having trouble breathing and whatnot. You do see actual, and it's weird because it's not something you truly ever see on elves, even later generations of elves that have shorter lifespans. There's wrinkles, crow's feet on the eyes.
So whatever is going on is specifically happening to anybody with like elf heritage.
No, not necessarily, because I'd be affected by something. It's just I have immunity to aging effects. I don't age. Age doesn't affect me. Nair is a reaper now, so age doesn't really affect her either.
Isn't technically Amaran there? He's a gnome.
But
That
he's
is
from
true.
the Feywild.
He
He's
does have the
direct
Fey
from the
trait.
Feywild.
Yeah, he has the Fey trait. So at least right now, he doesn't seem to be any different.
The only question is, Nair, it might be worthwhile to check to see if Gavin notices anything strange about Chuck. Because unlike humans, goblins have a very short lifespan.
Oh, Nair almost has a semi-worried look on her face. And then closes her eyes for a quick moment to relay some important information to Gavin.
Gavin, go ahead and give me a perception check. Chucky looks right as rain. As vigorous and burly as ever. To be fair, he has a stupidly high fortitude.
I take it as it is, but I assure her that as of right now, he looks A-okay. It doesn't look like to have affected him at the moment.
Do you at all tell, Chucky what's going on? This is like a goblin's worst nightmare.
Look, he's my friend. He's got enough on his plate right now. I need him concentrating on helping me at the moment. We will cross this bridge when it becomes apparent.
You realize, with that particular logic, he could be dead, right? Goblins live like 30 years.
50.
No.
50.
I've been told I'd be living until about 70-something. Or at least I think Gavin found that out when he looked at me with this one sight. I lived to be about
And you
76
trusted
or
him?
something. He didn't tell my character. Gavin knows this. I just remember hearing it, and my character actually has a grandmother who lived to be in her 70s. So
It is rare for goblins to live above 50.
and most often that's because we kill each other,
This
Or-
is true.
get killed by adventurers.
Yes. All right, so you keep sending unless any of you all do anything else to the top, where the massive oak doors are sealed or shut. There, 4 guards stand. They recognize you immediately, Solon, and do a acknowledging nod towards you.
I nod in return. Say, I've come to check on the on the Amber Queen.
You see one sigh with relief. Please do. Our sages are not having any luck healing her ailments. And he hits his pole arm to the ground, or the bunt of it to the ground, and the door opens. There, a lavish chamber awaits, and you see several handmaidens, and you see apothecaries, and sorceresses, and whatnot, just poring over books and various different things. And in a far back, you see a lavish bed where the Amber Queen lays upon. Looking at her, there is some startling realizations here, because she is Fae. That was established way early on.
She's best friends, or was best friends with my mother, something like that, when they crossed.
You can see the signs of age upon her. The eternal beauty that has always laid upon her has waned away. Her muscles look weak and feebled, her skin taut. Wrinkles and crow's feet. Her lush, just hair that changes color depending on her mood, is very dull, as if winter is setting in.
What can you tell us? I say to the assembled group.
She fell. She was one of the first to fall ill when whatever this is that swept over Amber Spires. We have yet to identify the cause. We don't know if it's magical in nature, if it's some kind of virus, disease. We do not know.
Has anybody checked to see if it's magical in nature?
We don't know if it's magical in nature. We have done what we can to identify, but we are not finding any evidence of what it could be.
Okay, first thing I'm going to do is... trying to think if I had any deals with her. I don't believe so. I ask Nair to look at her through Soul Sight.
Okay.
Nair does.
Okay, give me a perception check. All right. So, two things here. One, looking upon her soul, it is as if the soul is on the verge of moving on. The other thing that she notices is that something is also anchoring it here.
Can Nair's been around us, I would say, long enough to know the power that can be given from a soul. I just assume that the Nair could even put two together. That
She does have detect magic. I keep forgetting. Y'all gotta try to. I do my best to remind.
We all have
There-
detect magic.
Well, I mean, permanently active because of the sense magic feat.
Yeah.
There is definitely a incredible influence of necromancy.
So Zedek, my two together is that it's obviously it's trying to make her die, but in anchoring the soul is trying to make sure that the soul doesn't escape and so that it can be harvested.
Very well could be.
That would be with Nair and Gavin's kind of. That would be the link I would put two on there. But I will let Sola know that it reeks of necromancy.
The only reason why I let your detect magic pick that up is because of your life sense and spirit sense. There is whatever is causing this is powerful enough to obstruct detection of necromancy, and if it wasn't for those two senses that Nair has, she would not have been able to detect it.
Nair will also let you know about what she sees during the soul sight. It seems to be aging her that it's that she will die, but something is anchoring her soul here.
Oh, okay. So I got a very important question. I need you to focus on this connection. Is this a connection that, in other words, I'm not looking at the anchor. The anchor, I'm assuming, is the tree that we currently reside in, but I don't know that for sure. My question is, you see something, the line that's draining her. Is this line? Is this this anchor, this line, go from her, and then from her, is it branching out to the other elves? In other words, is it affecting the other elves through her, or is it independent, or are the energy sucking, this essence sucking, independent?
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Okay.
It seems.
Go ahead and re-roll with a token.
Reroll with the token. All right.
Okay. All of them are connected, but it isn't as if she is the source. As you follow that thread, it fades off into an unfathomable abyss where you can no longer follow the line, the thread that connects them all.
Okay.
Derek, did you send that staff?
Yeah.
And then you should probably get back to the other two as
Yep,
well.
that's what I was about to do after this right here. If y'all need to grab a drink real quick while I send this to Dan, go ahead and get this to him. Damn it, I hit the wrong button. My bad. Derp. All right.
And Zedek, you said that the line from her and all the elves are it's not what Dan suspected, but they're all conjoining to a one line that I can't sense how far where that goes or where that leads.
Correct.
Okay.
Kind of, yes.
Charlie, just guess what I just saw.
What you just saw?
Age of Empires 4 is having an open beta this weekend.
Ooh, actual open beta. All right.
I stand corrected. It isn't an open beta. It's an open stress test.
Ah. I did get the new Tales of game.
All right. So back, I gotta renew my Microsoft subscription, so I cannot copy and paste from my Microsoft notes. So I've pretty much moved everything over to Google's except for our last few bit of things because fuck Microsoft, nickel and diming. All right. As you spend the first hour moving around Amber Spires, conversing with the few that will, you finally meet a couple who definitely seem to be, their hair seems dull and their skin seems aged. This is something you notice, Chucky. You've been around your fair share of elves now and whatnot, and you've never seen an elf in this kind of condition. About a week and a half after the cataclysmic event, a sickness has washed over our people. We have lost 6 to something we never thought possible. And that is from aging. We lost 1 Eladrin, 4 firstborn, and a third generation elf. When you contract whatever this is, it starts out slow, sapping a few years of your life. Then as time progresses, it hastens.
How recently were the others taken by the disease?
The last one that perished was 3 nights ago.
Is he already buried?
We are waiting for the Magi to conduct their investigation to see if they can figure out what is causing this before cremating the body.
Did any of you decide to leave the place when this started happening?
When we first found out what began to transpire, the Amber Queen had us stay in case we could spread whatever affliction is affecting us. Some stayed out of love and loyalty that were not affected by this affliction. And we cannot guarantee those that went to Viridian that none of them were affected, but those that were discovered have been quarantined here.
I ask this only out of necessity in trying to find out the root cause of this as quickly as possible. And you can watch me the entire time. Would you allow me the look over of the body that you do have?
He nods. See, he and his wife lead you into the far back chamber. And there, 4 out of the 6 bodies remain. You can assume the testing were completed on the other 2, and they're cremated. He takes you to the most recent body, which is a female Eladrin. You cannot tell what court she is from.
Immediately for like soul sight and stuff, I want to see if I see the what should be the natural but I should see the natural pathway of a soul recently leaving the body. I want to see if I see that, or if I still see the connection to the body.
Give me a perception check. There is two things you notice. One, there is a hollowed cavity of where the soul would be, and metaphysically speaking, of course, where the soul would be within its vessel. There is a hollowed out cavity that looks as if the soul was ripped from it. And then there is a essence within that cavity beginning to fester. Because you have experienced them, you know this essence to be a daemon.
Can I destroy the essence? Do I have the... With the scythe, could I destroy the essence without harming the body, or do I have to harm the body to destroy the essence?
You never tried. So you certainly could try. For science!
I calmly... Is it both of the couple there, or is it just the male of the couple, the female of the couple?
Both of them are there. Both you can give me a perception check as well.
Okay, I'll get another. Oof.
If you want to give me one, Chucky.
One what?
Perception.
Sorry, someone was messaging me and I was kind of only half paying attention because of that.
Dick.
Well, that's
Alright.
Eve.
Okay, that was the wrong character sheet I had open. I was leveling her up too, so I was kind of paying attention to that as well. So that button. That's way better.
All right. You notice at the corner of your eye, along the door frame, you see a small child kind of just peeking his head out, watching all of you. Its features, because that was a critical, its features do look like the child of the two that have brought you here to examine the bodies.
I let them know that I sense something that is not the elf trying to inhabit the body. And I ask that you please trust me in knowing I will do my best to not mutilate this member of your family in any way that I can.
All right. Give me a diplomacy check.
I'll token that one. A lot better.
You and your companions, your friends, have earned our trust and respect. Do what you must. His wife nods at you, holding him close, or holding his hand in hers.
I let them know it might get a little cold in here.
Um. So it was only me that noticed the kid, right?
Correct.
So before you start, is this going to be any graphic?
Possibly.
Then maybe we should ask the kid to not stop spying.
Parents' turn. Ezra, what are you doing here? Go back to your room. He looks at all of you and then he darts behind the door. Ezra, to your room. A few seconds later, you actually hear the footsteps.
All right. I go
Since
ahead and pull out the
Go.
scythe.
Okay.
First off, before I try and include another in this, the essence. I sense that it's a daemon? Do I sense familiarity? We've dealt with pestilence. If it is that enough.
Didn't we have some people arrive after that cataclysm that were actually infested with pestilence
Mm-hmm.
crap?
Yes.
Yeah.
Were they all elves, or were they just...
They were a mixture.
Do we know if any of them were actually from here?
A couple were. You can give me a perception check if you're trying to identify.
Mm-hmm.
It is an untyped daemon. You've seen a couple of them or heard of a couple of them, Furies and the like. This seems to be one a few ranks above a Fury.
If it
Obviously.
ended up being like Pencilus, then I would have called upon some help. But if I don't think it's Pestilence himself, and I think it's another daemon, what as far as if I think it's a Fury, what do I compare its power level to?
Since this one seems to be a few ranks higher, you can kind of gauge it anywhere between level 12 and 14.
Okay. Before I get to... I'm going ahead and start this concentrating on the scythe. Before I start that, I will do a simple message to Nair. What I have found, what is currently residing in a dead resident's body, and that I'm trying to purge it.
Okay. Does Nair inform the assembled group over there?
She will definitely inform Solon. But as soon as I do that message, I go straight back to concentrating on the scythe. I want to try and do this ethereally, but I also know that if I fuck this up, I'm probably going to be mutilating the body if I try and destroy the essence. So I understand
All right,
that.
so since you're trying to do it on a ethereal level, go ahead and give me a religion.
I don't suppose I could assist in any way in this.
You could. You would be basically offering him prayer.
Pray to me, Josh.
I think I'll just, sit over here. I mean, I'll roll my religion to help for a second,
Okay.
but I'm tempted to just cast this on Gavin just for giggles, and the choice would be evil.
Okay.
Yeah, with some incense, religion, 25.
All right. Because your friend offers you prayer, not in the sense of a deity or anything like that, but a prayer to you to help empower you. You do get a +1.
Okay. $31.
Okay. You take 10 minutes as you focus. And as he's focusing, Chucky, you and the two of them parents, you see everything becomes very dim. The lights darken as its rays even seem afraid to enter. The hairs and what little bit of body hair you do have sticks up. Goosebumps run down your arms, as there is definitely another presence here. That's one success. You haven't completely rid this vessel of the essence, but you have made steps towards it. You are unaware of what's transpiring because you are trying something new, and you are focused on not fucking up.
Yep.
You are fascinated. You have the condition fascinated as you are completely focused on this.
Yeah. All right. Josh, you want to help me again? As I am not stopping.
Yep.
You do not get a +1.
Okay. If he's doing the lighting the incense, do I get plus from that or no?
No.
No. Okay.
As you go to light the incense, Carell, it just snuffs out as a consuming presence just is too oppressive to allow the flame to take hold. You do notice a disconnect from your friend. I will allow that. Give me a religion roll.
Okay.
Alright, I need you to give me a fortitude save.
Did you use your token already?
Token, yes. I haven't used a hero point.
Because I guess still got both my hero point and my token. I know you can use the token on other people's rolls, so.
Yeah. Do you want to token it?
Token it.
All right. So I'm guessing token to your religion. So here we go.
No. You feel, as you're standing there holding the scythe, Chucky, you notice your friend, the illusion of life around him, his flesh is starting to decay away, and you see his true visage. You take 90 points of force damage.
You have no power. You are weak.
Okay, Saruman.
What do you do?
I'm not. I will say I'm not weak. I'm just new at this, and not trying to outright destroy the body. It is a delicate process.
I need you to give me a will save. Chucky, you do notice the two elven individuals, they are cowering in fear. They are stricken with such fear they are unable to move.
Will save, gotcha.
That's Chucky, not you.
Oh, dang it.
I'm supposed to roll a will save,
Yes.
even though I'm immune to fear.
You do not roll a will save. But you do notice them. They are scared to the point of almost petrification.
And I would feel that there's something really terrifying coming, but I wouldn't feel the fear.
Fear, right. You would feel the presence. There is a very oppressive force that is snuffing out light and preventing even the rays of the sun to pierce through the windows.
How close are they to the door, anyways?
Maybe about 15 feet.
Could I just pick them up and put them outside the room?
You could.
I'll do that, just so they're not in direct confrontation with this thing.
Yeah. You grab them and you take them out. Once they're out of the area of effect, the woman just starts screaming in utter despair, grabbing her face, crying. The man, he looks as if he is in utter shock of whatever terrors that he has felt or seen has left him almost comatose. Almost in a catatonic state.
Looking at things I could do for that, not really. Becky just says, don't worry, we're gonna deal with this. And he walks back into the room.
Okay. Do you try to aid him again?
Yep.
Okay. You do not give him +1. Again, you are unable to light the incense.
So unable to light the incense, that would have been, an 18.
Well, I mean, you got a +3. What I'm just for the fluff of it, you're trying to give, trying to go through the preparation,
Yeah.
giving him. All right, go ahead. Give me a religion check,
Alright.
Gavin.
I was seeing if there was anything I could try to cast. No. Alright. Fuck. Hero point is now I take the second roll no matter what, correct?
Correct.
And that was rolling at 6. I can't roll much less than that. I will hero point this roll.
Okay.
29.
All right, you take half damage. You take 45 points of force damage.
Pathetic.
And Chucky, on the other side where you put them, you hear coughing and choking. Do you do anything?
Coughing and choking.
Yes.
So the area of effect is spreading.
Yes.
Hey, look, Gavin, you got this? Guessing he's fascinated, so he's not really paying attention to me.
Correct.
As much as I can, yeah.
All right, what do you do?
As much as I don't want to, I go help them by getting them to move further, and then I
As
call for.
As you go out into the hallway, you notice again the lights in it are snuffed out. The sun rays are not piercing through the windows. You do notice, because you have dark vision, right?
Yep.
You do notice the man is coughing up water.
Water.
Yes. And you realize the choking sound isn't just of choking, but drowning. Where do you take them?
Well, as I grab them, I'd call for their son to come down.
No word.
He was up there too.
You do not hear word from the child.
How far? Like, how's the full layout? Is the like stairs near the door?
So the first floor, you got your common area. You got a little kitchenette in the corner. The hallway goes down about 30 feet and leads into a room, and that's where the bodies are being held. Where the common area is, there are stairs that go up into the second floor.
So, could I put them by the door and then go up try to find the kid?
Yes. There's only one room up there. When you head up there, you see the child just standing in the middle of the room. Its eyes are rolled to the back of its head. I come for her soul. Her essence wanes. You shall not you shall not inherit the mantle.
The kid says this?
Yes.
And obviously looks like he's being possessed at the moment.
Looks that way.
Or just being affected by the stuff in the area. Can I pick him up and haul him out? I don't have any more protections, otherwise I would cast that again.
Give me a will save.
It'll be a 27.
27. Does that stand?
If it's a success, it's a critical success.
Does it stand?
I rolled a 13. I couldn't really get much better, so I got a chance.
Alright. You take 95 force damage as you touch the child. A force of just raw magic flays your flesh. Gavin, I need you to give me a religion check.
All right.
This is for the next.
It was 90. How much? 90?
95.
95. I know we're doing theater of mind. Can I actually do the turtle thing?
Yes.
Yeah,
Fuck, I forgot the turtle thing both times. Fuck. Give me.
Turtle.
That's 25 damage each time, right?
Uh-huh.
Because you forgot it, I'm going to be a dick and you didn't use it. You are too focused on this. This is something new.
All right.
But try to remember now.
Yeah, definitely gonna try and remember that now. All right, religion check. Here we go. No,
I imagine the turtle shell ability just looks natural when Chucky casts it. Because you see a giant turtle shell, like spectral turtle shell.
Ooh.
You know, on the other side, you just see forked green limbs.
Does that stay? Damn it, Dad.
Sort of. I'm wearing armor and have gloves on, so you can't really see the green hands or feet.
Pretty sure I've already used my token and my Hero point.
All right. Take 102 force damage. Do you do anything? Turtle.
I mean, it doesn't matter if I turtle. I'm still out cold now.
Okay.
This is even factoring in like my fast healing and shit.
Okay. You are out cold. Chucky, as you're bracing the child's shoulder, it just laughs, and then the presence fades, and the child collapses to the ground.
Derek, while
get
this
with
is
that
going on, this
power
might
level.
actually help them. Here. Are we seeing reactions on our end, or is it different?
This is actually a very good point. At this moment, you would have seen Nair focused, but at this moment you see a look of grave concern wash over her face.
But we see the Everqueen and stuff in the room, so that's what I'm wondering. Is it one person affecting all of them? In which case, are we seeing reactions from the people
I
observing?
get what you're saying. I get what you are saying. Yes, there is.
So as soon as this started, this is happening simultaneously, Derek, because
Okay.
reactions. As soon as you started the ritual, Charlie,
Mm-hmm.
what does Nair say to us?
As soon as it started saying exactly what Gavin had found, what Gavin's doing, and that he was going on with it.
Okay, so I'm going to provide a distraction here, Derek, like a pretty major one.
Okay.
I cast my ritual. My ritual of freedom.
Okay.
And I'm going to do it on the Everqueen.
All right. This is a counteract check because the entity that has done this is a higher level than you, so it is a counteract check. So you
Be nature.
would be nature. Your counter effect level is okay. Make your check.
Can I assist in any way?
Do you have any primal magics or primal gifts?
Nair would be able to help, wouldn't she?
Yes.
Nature check the assist, you would say?
Okay. Yes.
I mean, I have rope. I can make pom poms and cheer him on.
She does not help him.
I do have a question, Derek.
Okay.
Would that have hit the kid or the entity that did the damage? Because
For what?
technically it was the when I took that touch, or does that just not affect that type of attack?
What's an attack? It would have to be a attack spell.
And then because you haven't said anything, Derek, for results or anything, this would be +3 from ritual book.
Okay. +3 does etch you over.
I just didn't want to say anything until people had rolled their assistances.
Yep. 31 just etches you over. You break that thread from the Everqueen. All right. Because of that right there. How long does that ritual take?
It's just labeled as a ritual. So it was 10 minutes, I think.
So 10 minutes. Okay. So this will actually help you on your last roll there, Charlie. What did you roll for your religion? 29.
29.
All right. Because of that interference right there. Nope, it was 20. There it is right there, 20. Sorry, I got a bunch of GM rolls and everything like that. However, that does lower, and I will say because of the severity of this and what was just transpired, it will lower the DC by 10, and you do have one success, or another success. You're 2 of 2 right now.
Okay.
You're on your last roll. Succeed or fail. This is it. You can feel that in you. The child is still standing. It did not collapse. You're still possessed.
I'll do the roll first before I say anything, but I do say anything. I'll do my next religion. Fuck what it was.
Before, because you went ahead and rolled. Nair, this is the last of his will. He will either succeed or he will fail. I do not know what will transpire if he fails. Given a chance for people on the other side to maybe help you right here.
Give me 1 second. Let me look.
I have a thingy for him to re-roll, I think, if he wants that. Otherwise, I don't have anything.
Oh, you did get a token.
Yeah, it's a token.
Yeah, you can use your token on it. Charlie, re-roll.
Okay. Fucking bullshit.
I didn't see what rolled. What
16.
rolled?
It's even fucking lower.
Oh, finally went through.
Let me see what.
I am just looking to see if there's anything I could do, because I have a lot of stuff.
Give me a nature check, Dan. I'll help you out here depending on what you succeed here. All right, with 33. With your just previous experience with Ulrich, your flowers can help here. You would have to use Nair would be the medium, and for every flower you spin, will lower the DC by 1.
Okay.
So it's up to you how many you spend.
Nair hasn't told me how important this is, because if Solon knew it was only to save a single kid, he wouldn't do this, but he doesn't know this. 20.
Okay.
Fuck you.
With that 20, Gavin, that 16 would have been a critical failure, and it's turned into a critical success.
Fuck.
You obliterate the daemon's soul, or the daemon's essence. And as you do so, there is a ripple in that hollowed out portion of where a soul, an essence, would be. And your vision dives in. And you see the one behind it. long, flowing, tethered black robes, a scythe in one hand. You see an abyss of water surrounding. Runes lie to the waist. You see the Grim Reaper. And then your senses pulled back to you.
Yeah.
At this, the child now collapses. Chucky, no longer possessed. The immense presence fades away. The father is no longer drowning. The mother has gained some level of sanity back.
I would check the kid, make sure, he's okay.
He's breathing.
You know,
He is breathing.
So I asked Nair, what did I just spend 20 flowers on?
Destroying the essence of a daemon, infesting a vessel. There we go. Words, drugs, a vessel, and entering our world from one of the deceased Eladrin. Gavin now knows who's behind this, though. It is the one that is within the sunken aisles of this hell on earth.
Is the Everqueen starting to recover?
For the first time in many days, you do see about this point, because, that presence, her eyes do open. Weak. She looks... What's happening? Her body still looks aged. She is no longer bound by what was holding her there, but the effects still seem to be present. This is where the hour mark, because you all do know shit's going on. I need everybody to give me a fortitude save. I'm not going to roll secret since everybody kind of know what's going on.
Yeah.
Dan, Solon, you don't have to. Even though you have seen the Fae on Eladrin, you would learn that Eladrin had been affected by this. You have one thing that's protecting you. You have the
demon blood.
Nope, you have the greater necromantic shard or orb.
Oh, fair.
Dude,
That is the whole reason why you do not roll. You and Nair do not roll. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
So Chucky. Okay. Let me find. Good old. Damn it, Rambo. Okay, what's your question?
Would Jaff have been affected by any of this?
He's affected as you're affected.
Okay.
Spend 0 point. Oh, damn it. There we go. He spent his 0 point, got a 25. He's unaffected. Okay, so those of you that have rolled a 25, you are unaffected. Josh, because you got a critical success there. Sam, you have Master and Fortitude, right? Legendary, okay, so it applies to you as well. The next time you both have to make a roll for this, you get a +4 to your roll. Well, yeah, but because you got a critical success, because Master or higher in a saving throw, if you get a success, it bumps it to a critical success. So just make note, next time you all have to roll, you get a +4. All right, Chucky. Okay, is there anything else you wanted to ask Solon or do before I get back to them?
I say demons have launched an attack against your city. They're draining its citizens' vitality. I'm hoping anger sparks a little bit of energy.
How many have we lost? And they give her a total of, because the family, they only know the 6. She lets them know that a total of 27 have died. Nair asks, were all the bodies cremated? 11 of them were not. That is including the 4 that are where Gavin and Chucky is. Just a saving throw for the aging effect.
Zadok just has a curiosity question. If I wasn't trying to not desecrate the body, how much easier would it have been?
Well, if you would have destroyed the body with your scythe, it would have destroyed the body with your scythe, and the daemon. Like if you would have attacked the daemon with your scythe, and if you could have killed it, it would have destroyed it. It would have been theoretically easier. However, next time you do something like this, you will not have the fascinated condition.
Okay. Do I get told that I took care of 1, there's 10 more?
Well, you know the 3 that are there.
Yeah.
To help expedite this.
Okay. To expedite this, something else here, Derek. I say to the other 2, go. Take care of them. I turn towards the ministers and the various, high-ranking people that are around. And I say, start bringing me those that have collapsed. And I'm going to start breaking chains one after another. Worst off first.
Okay.
I'm assuming the Amber Queen should be able to assist me.
She will be able to assist you, though she is still weakened. You do not know if she will naturally go back or if some magic will have to revitalize her or not. But as of right now, it's looking what damage has been done to her is permanent. Okay. So, to help expedite this, we're going to do... This is going to take the rest of the day.
Okay.
To get as many as you can. We'll go... You're all going to do a series of 10 rolls. Dan, for each success you gain, you save or you sever 2 people. And this is getting, transporting people to you and everything like that. It does take, time for the legwork to get people to you and everything like that.
Okay.
So,
There was never any ruling on how long I could keep my portals open, Derek. That's kind of important here.
I'll say you can keep it open until you dismiss it.
Okay. I say bring him in here. I'm going to do these severances in the middle of my garden.
Okay.
So
will
I have
lower the
all
DC.
of these florals of flowers of Melora planted. So I'm not using them as a consumable.
Right. That will lower the DC. Just being in the passive or in the passive presence of what you have built here. We will go ahead and Charlie, this is important for you to know. There's only actually 4 roles you can do. And that is because the other, when they come back and inform you, or you learn that they were there and you're informed, nobody can find the bodies. The only 4 that can be found are the 4 that are here right now.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll go with you first, Charlie. Before we get with these roles, Chucky, is there anything you do?
Am I informed of everything?
Well, it depends. So they're setting this up. So we'll dial it back, a few minutes. The child just collapsed. He's breathing. That's all you can tell with the medicine check you got.
So, I guess I would carry him with me just in case there's something else laying around that would harm him for now. And I'd go check on his parents, which you've already told me they're not. The one's not coughing up water anymore. The other one's not freaking out.
Yep.
Are they capable of looking after the kid for a bit?
No, they're still recovering. It's going to take some time for them to recover.
I do set the. No, I'll keep him with me for now.
I could just imagine you carrying them like a football.
And I go check on Gavin. Everything all right in here?
In here, it's Peach Keen.
Yeah.
I just get.
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna do this a couple more times.
Oh, great. Before you start that, can we get some of these people out of here so they don't go insane again?
Be my guest.
And before you go, do you want to take a look at these people, make sure they don't have anything connected to them?
You look at them, they seem fine. They do seem to be affected by what is aging everyone here.
It's
But other
to
than
assume the like daemon infection doesn't happen until they're dead.
Correct.
Yeah.
Or at least that's your best guess.
Yeah. When the soul is ripped out, that's when, yeah. I let Chucky know before he goes out there that right now my theory is as long as they're alive, they're all right. But as soon as they die, the soul gets ripped out and a daemon lord gets planted in.
Or a daemon, not a daemon.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
daemon.
There's a big distinction
yeah.
there.
A daemon gets planted in.
Do we have everyone that has died since then?
No. Well, when we get to that, the answer is no. I have these 4.
Hmm. I can think of one person that could help, but I don't know if how to reach him right now. So,
Who?
champion of Lar, whatever, the nature one.
Melora.
Yeah.
You know, it's ironic. The next square over is one of Melora's groves.
That is kind of ironic. That
We were
could be
headed
yours
next.
a favor.
You. we
Wow.
haven't been to that one, right?
Right.
All right. But fuck, I know. There's a Melora's Grove that we have been to, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The main one.
The main one.
Yeah, the main one. You sent Nair to come help me, correct, Dan?
Correct. Both Araxis and Nair.
Fuck it. For the Nets 3 that I'm able to do, Zadok, I ask Nair to portal me to the main Melora's Grove.
Okay. Go ahead and give me your religion checks. Because Nair is there. She will assist you.
Mm-hmm. You want me to do her assist rolls first?
Yes.
Okay.
Before you went, did you want to borrow the essences to see if it would help you?
Yeah, if you had extra of the incense and stuff, I would.
I probably have. I think I have about 5 incense doses left.
I tell them I only need 3.
Then I'd hand the thing over and hand 3
So,
doses of incense.
yeah. So the 3 rolls for Nair. 1. 23, 33, 23. Really
your
consistent.
first roll gets +1. Your second roll gets +4. Your third roll gets +1.
All right. Try lighting the incense when I do the first one. Incense gives you plus what?
3.
+3.
So +4 altogether on the first one. A fucking course.
That is a success. Because you're doing all this at Melora's main temple.
Yep. And this is the reason why I did it there, because fucking rolling the mates all day. Then second roll. 27 +4 plus the incense.
All right. That is a critical success.
Cool. And then the third roll.
All
So
right.
23. And then
You manage to obliterate the essence of the demons trying to inhabit the vessels.
here's just a question for you, Zadok. I'm not killing them on their plane, so they're not permanently dead. Correct? Or
Are you using Quran Scythe?
Yeah.
They're gone.
I just want to know if that final death actually. All right. Cool.
All right. Solon, go ahead.
You said 10 rolls, correct?
10 rolls.
Good luck, Dad.
Hey. I'm gonna go ahead and hero point because I have that for the one crit.
Also, Charlie, you do get a hero point for everything you just did because that was heroic as fuck.
Alrighty.
Not that, but the actual going against.
Yeah.
And Dan, you got a hero point for freeing the Ever Queen.
Nice.
And actually, I'm going to give you a additional hero point for. I know it was painful for you, but you gave up 20 very valuable treasures of your hoard to aid a friend.
Your friend appreciates that.
Glad I could help. And then I'm gonna, knowing that I would have those extra hero points available. The 6 is well below a 10, so I'll go ahead and do a hero point for the 21 as well.
Okay. Okay. So,
and then plus all of these have a +3, so the lowest would be a 26 is what I got.
all of them, the DC was lowered to 24 because of you doing this in your grove. You manage to sever whatever affliction is binding them. You do get insight, however, while you don't know the workings of the affliction that Big Daddy Reaper has performed here, you do know that there, because of your 2 critical successes there, and studying it and everything like that, you do know there has to be a focal point within Amber Spires. It just isn't his will that he is cassating here. While he's a very powerful entity, he is not Quran himself.
Okay, so the final thing I do, so I go back outside. I arrange 4. I'm gonna pot 4 Melora's plants, so they're still. So I'm not consuming them. I'm trying to create a circle.
Yep.
And I sit down on the ground. And I change my target for a final roll.
Okay.
Target the tree we're in.
Okay.
We already saw it's affected because of the changing leaves and everything. So we know it's affected to some degree. Yeah. And also, trees are typically tied to an entire elvish culture and division. So my character is actually thinking that that the tree is the focal point, is what's infected.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and let the Amber Queen help me on this one, because this one's going to be probably more difficult.
All right. Yes, this one is a skill challenge, just like Gavin had to go through. All right. For the next 5 rolls, you get +1, +1, +4, +4, +1.
Okay. So my next roll will be nature. +3 from book, plus 1, so a total of 37.
37. Very nice. And how many flowers did you pot there? Now you have to understand. What was that?
I have 4 surrounding me.
4? Okay, so for this to truly take effect, you know that these 4 had to become a permanent fixture here.
Got it.
Okay. All right, so what is it? 2? That is a critical success. That counts as 2.
In which case, I'm just going to graft him right into the trunk of the tree then. Derek.
Okay.
I'm not going to bother with the pots then, because then they can be
Okay.
stolen. They're going to be permanent. Let's make them permanent.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Next, so critical success. So 2 successes to me.
Yep.
Nature check. Plus 3, plus 1, so that would be a total of plus 4, so I'm at 29.
29. That is a success.
3 successes my way.
3 successes. The atmosphere begins to change around. And again, much like what they were going through, there is a very oppressive essence. It does not mock you like it did Gavin. And there is a... You get the sense that it is very intrigued and curious. Fixated upon you. In a very sinister and almost perverse manner. All right.
Go ahead with your next roll, good sir.
Okay, this would be plus 4, so plus 7, plus 1 brings me up to 32.
32 is not a crit, but it is a success.
So 4 successes my way.
Yep. Okay.
This would be another plus 4, so
That is
4 my.
You do not disappoint.
And at that, you feel the presence fade. And then, because you have sense magic, you can sense this. It's almost a quake in the magical energies around Amber Spires. And it vibrates you to your core. Those that have sense magic or able to perpetually sense magic feel this.
Okay, I'm at the epicenter, correct?
Correct.
I send I shout at the Amber Queen to send a message to Nair to fly up and keep your magic sight active. And look around.
Okay.
Because demons don't interact well with magic, correct?
Depending on the magic.
This is primal, so this would be life energy.
Yeah, this would be life energy. They do not interact with mind magic or mind essence. They interact with arcane essence or spirit and mind interact with. Matter is kind of it, depending on what's infused with it, can be a hindrance or just kind of washed. And then life energy, they are definitely weak against or
My point of having her do
Yep.
this is essentially we just sent out a blanket of life energy. If I'm assuming what you're putting down. Nair should be able to see where the ripples are or the disturbances are, like the swirls in a current, where maybe those bodies are hidden.
I will fly up with Nair.
You're not here. That's why. That's why I can't had her contact Nair.
Yeah, but I'm with Nair.
Yeah, you sent Nair to him. You had the Amber
I thought
Amber Queen.
I didn't know Nair was with him because I thought he went over to Melora's Grove.
That's
Yeah, did she go with you to Melora's Grove? That's the important question.
Oh, I thought she would have to help me, and that's what she did.
Oh, that is true. So she
Never mind.
contacts Nair. Well, no, because she has portals for days.
Yeah.
She contacts Nair. Nair opens up a portal, teleports you above Amber Spires.
Okay.
Okay. A surge of both, and this is getting into the essences of magic. The essence of matter and the essence of life cascades through the dominion of the Amber Queen, even into the hexes that were destroyed in the cataclysmic battle between the Scarlet Emperor and your uncle. You see 6 ripples.
Are they together?
3 of them are together, 2 of them are together, and then one's off by itself.
With her senses is moving or stationary?
They are stationary.
Um,
I don't mean to demean the imagery that you were trying to paint. I just imagine Kung Fu Panda. First Kung Fu Panda where he does the wushu finger.
yeah. I will fly to the 3 grouped. I tell her to portal the other 2 groups to the group that I'm flying to.
Okay. As the bodies are assembled, when you both look over them, they are vacant. The shockwave or the quake and the magical essence that permeates this area has banished whatever demonic essences were trying to inhabit the vessels back to Abaddon.
I am just asking this. This was a straight to Abaddon, not like, hey, let's take the scenic route back. So,
as far as you can tell, straight to Abaddon. Everything that was released right here was counter, it was, anathema, it was their kryptonite. They were forced banishment back to their realm. Also, like any fiends or anything that are in direct, God, sorry, my medication's starting to kick in. Direct opposition of both matter and life essence would have been banished back to their home realm as well.
Yeah. So I couldn't reasonably think that I could intercept them at all and still kill the essence before they reached Abaddon.
No.
Okay. And I will tell Nightear to portal the other bodies that we had without a correct word, purified back to the to the home where we had originally got them, and then the ones I'm around open up a portal straight to Solid, and I will present these bodies.
Okay, so you're congregating all the bodies? Or...
Well, the technically 4 that were that families, I want to give it back to that.
Well, they weren't that family. They were taking care of the bodies while investigating.
Okay.
Yeah, coroner office, pretty much.
Okay. No, I will have all the bodies one place, and that one place right now will be in front of where Dan is at the moment.
Solid. 10 bodies appear in front of you through a portal.
And then I walk through.
I don't even question it anymore.
I'm gonna question it even more.
I should be used to bodies following everywhere around me.
I will let you know that the ones that I purified, I outrightly killed the daemons.
And the horrified Everqueen that just woke up and, had been weakened for all that time sees, 14 of her subjects' dead bodies just flop in front of her.
How many bodies were portaled back?
14.
10.
I thought it was 10 plus the 4 that
No, 6. There was 6 that they found the ripples of, and then the 4 that was in the coroner's place, pretty much.
I understand now.
Wasn't there like an 11th thrown around somewhere?
Yeah, it's one missing.
We're all together, right?
Yeah.
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 Does anyone know who the 11th one is? Or it was?
The Amber Queen is unsure as she's been afflicted about the longest. She has immense life energy, so she has been battling this for some time.
Mm-hmm.
One of her subjects approaches, hearing this question, looks at the bodies. We're missing Grand Magi. You're yay for name generator, and I can't pronounce it.
Grand Magi York.
Yep, Grand Magi York.
I think that's normally how it goes with name generators.
Yep.
Ugalathan? You got. Know what? York. York sounds good. Let's go with York.
Did he have some pork?
Yep.
So we need to get word to all of our allies, and I mean all our allies, that they need to cremate their dead from now on.
Agreed.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
What oh shit.
So Derek,
Yeah.
if I were to plant a flower somewhere, would that prevent like if I had planted a flower here, would that have prevented this ritual from being able to start?
Theoretically, yes. If you have enough, one by itself, it depends on the potency that is taking effect in a given place. This had an immense amount of power, so you theoretically would have had to plant several to prevent it. But this was a grand working put into here. So it depends on the potency.
So someplace without necessarily a, grand focal or a focus point like the elder oak that we're in right now would require less
Correct.
purification.
Correct. It depends entirely on the potency of the focal point.
It's way too late for me to fix this. Fuck.
Want to share it with everybody else?
So quiz time, ladies and gentlemen. What area in this island currently went through a massacre and we did not clean up or dispose of the bodies in any way and just left them lying around?
Fuck.
Thank you for playing.
Wouldn't the fact that that's at the one temple, have effect on that?
Oh no, I'm not talking about the beastmen. No, we're good there.
Talk about the lizard folk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Technically, there's a bunch of villages too that have been destroyed too. So. Yeah.
Technically, we've not cleaned up any of our messes.
Just kind of normal.
Well, let's let this be the new normal. We clean up our messes from now on.
The lizard folk weren't our fault. It wasn't our mess. I'm just saying there was a village of them that is no more. They were all killed. And if daemons are able to possess deceased bodies in order to cross onto this side...
This is real easy to check. We just check over there, and if there's a bunch of dead bodies still on the floor, we're all right.
Nair teleports over there real quick, comes back, shakes her head. No.
Like, no, there's not a problem. No, we're good.
We're not that lucky.
We're not that lucky that there's a lot of daemons to kill.
I have Nair send a warning to Viridian City, because if a bunch of lizard folk show up, they need to be watched because they could be daemons in disguise.
So basically what I'm getting from this is the majority of people we've killed since we've been here, we have to re-kill.
No, it's not that bad. I mean, there has to be a certain time limit before the bodies become useless. Otherwise, you're just re-inhabiting a skeleton, in which case your average soldier can take out a skeleton. You have to remember.
You're looking at those that have not been properly disposed of with since a week and a half after the battle with the Scarlet Emperor and your uncle.
Okay.
So lizard folk fall into that because that's during.
Now, is it just like one village of lizard folk, or?
There was only one on the island.
They had 5 hexes of territory.
So can we just safely say kill lizard folk?
Sylar returns a message to Nair. My scouts report that surviving lizardmen seek refuge amongst the kobolds.
Shh.
I tell the Amber Queen that she might want to relate, because she's in the middle. She hears everything that we're saying. She's friends with the Kobold King. There's no guarantee that they're daemons. At the same time, It may behoove him to watch them carefully.
I mean, go over it real quick, and I can confirm it real quick.
No, it probably wouldn't be a bad plan.
The other question is, are we worried about this Grand Magi? Because technically that's a Grand Magi that's infested.
I'm worried about a lot of things right now.
Yeah.
What if I told you I could probably find him?
Ooh.
New feature from the vault. I can scan an entire area for someone if I wanted to. About 500 miles.
Oh, then you can do this entire island.
Yeah.
So, Dan, do I get your blessing to go check out the?
Yeah. I say there. Could you do me a favor and inform the Kobold King that someone's coming to make sure that the refugees seeking his protection aren't possessed by what tried to destroy you?
See her concentrate. My spell cannot get through. In times of crisis, the Kobold King will seal their kingdom, enacting powerful rune magic.
Okay, let's go. Maybe we'll get lucky and Kui will be there and we can kill two birds in one stone.
And then burn the birds afterwards.
Right?
All right, so you're going to go. Are you going to scan for him, or what's order of operations?
Are we going to help the kobolds first or scan for the maid first?
We know the mage isn't anywhere near here, correct? Because
Correct.
of the
You saw
wave
him
of
go,
life energy.
He is not within the 4 hexes of Amberspire.
Maybe scan for him first, but we're going to probably help the kobolds before, unless he's in some place, that's critical. That would be a major no.
How does the scanning work? Do you have to be stationary and focus it, or can we scan as we go?
Well, we're going to teleport, so,
As far as I'm aware, I think I have to be at the vault to do it.
You do have to be at the vault to do it.
So go into the vault and scan.
And I can only scan once per week.
Ooh.
I mean, this is an important enough person, I think.
Go ahead.
They also can resist it too, but it's a decently high DC.
Give it a shot.
Yeah.
All right. Nice. Anyone else want to come to the vault with me?
That place gives me the creeps.
I got hurt a lot the last time I went.
It won't do that now. It actually has gotten a bit better.
Enough stalling. Go check.
Yeah. just go scan.
I go there and scan. Well, first I got make sure I get a really good description of the guy. I know his name, but I want to make sure
They give you a description.
You've probably seen him because you've
you've
been
been
a
here
royal
before,
audience.
yeah.
Okay, then I don't get the description if I remember him.
All right. You sit there and you focus, and the energy of the vault cascades out in your designated area in a 500-mile diameter. places just ping all over the place, and it fixates on who you're trying to find.
This
T16.
We've been there before.
is that like fire giant or no?
No, that was where the giant pillar was.
Well, the giant pillar was one over. It was U16.
Yeah.
T16, those red dots, those are where ley line nexuses are.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And where waystones are.
There are teleport points before we got Night.
Yep.
Yep.
That was your quick travel before.
So I'd go back and relay them where it was saying it was. I mean, the scan, it wouldn't detect anything else near it. It's just for pinpointing someone, right?
You know that it is on a nexus point of ley lines. You can give me a Arcana check. You get a
Really?
+3 bonus because of the Volt.
Not proficient in it, but
Well, looking at a map, because you got a topographical map of the island now, and various pinging points.
that's a 19 then.
Yep, 19. One thing you notice is the energy that's in that nexus point is greater than the nexus points all over the map.
So with that information, I would go immediately back and tell them that nexus point is stronger. And we should probably take care of this right now. I don't like that idea.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
Yep.
Now, before you make that commitment, it is 9:18. This will be a boss fight, theoretically, depending on what you all do. This is a branching point. If you go there, whatever transpires at the kobolds will transpire. There are dice tables that I roll for the ultimate outcome. So this is a pivotal choice. Go path A or path B.
Question: can we call in a favor?
You can call in all the favors that you want. I mean,
You got favors, you can use them.
I mean, I'm not sure if it's necessarily a favor, but technically it is because I never actually got Eve healed from the champion of Melora.
You all got a couple favors. You got favors. Some of you got favors from the champion of Melora. You got favors from the Bloodlord. You have favor from the Witch Queen. Plus any other ones I'm not remembering. Drugs are bad unless they're legal. You really have to come over here and just breathe on me, dog?
it's a dog.
That was a dick move, buddy.
That's what dogs do.
Yeah, I mean, he just came over and just went right on me and walked away. That was a
So is
dick
anybody
move,
looking
dog.
to use a favor, or are we gonna?
I don't know how. I wouldn't have the ability right now to get in contact with him. Otherwise, I would use the favor or see if you'd be willing to help the kobolds,
Who?
the champion of Melora. Also,
When at Nair, she has the sending spell.
Yeah. Yeah, Nair could get in contact to whoever you want to get in contact. If it's Champion Melora.
And you all do have familiars, so you can actually get in touch with the Witch Queen whenever.
Yeah.
So it's your choice what you all want to do here.
Don't we still have like sentient beasts that we befriended that we could call upon, like those water hydra thingies? That's something else.
While the Hydras are powerful, you know that the daemon that you exercised out of the one body and the sequence bodies are every bit on par with them,
Yeah.
if not stronger. You don't know the strength of any of the lizard men that have been possessed, but the ones that you personally severed were at least a little bit weaker, on par, or just a little stronger.
Yeah. What about when compared against like the Champion of Melora?
A lot weaker. That one, anyways. But again, you do not know what has been conjured forth into the lizard folk.
I don't know what effects this would have on anything right now, but I was updating the times on the island.
Oh,
Jumbo's research is done.
Yes, he is.
oh! I think I turned to Nair and I say, "Could you teleport somebody, theoretically, to the kobolds?"
Theoretically, yes.
We could always send our newest acquaintance, who seems to like Damon so very much, to either location. I'm pretty sure he's all about thwarting Damons in whatever format he can find them.
Question is, where do we want to send him? And is he going to be the type of person that would be great or good type person? You know,
I think he's more focused on his revenge. He sees a Damon, Damon is doing something. Whatever he can do to fuck up whatever the Damon is doing and kill that Damon is what he's gonna do. I don't think he's gonna care about collateral damage, if that's what you're wondering.
yeah.
But he's also gonna want to try to foul up whatever the Damon is attempting to do.
As he kind of did have that vibe of at all costs to me, but I'm not sure if that's
He
truly.
did kind of lose a whole
Oh
world.
no, he's actually he actually strikes me as someone that isn't at all costs, because deals were offered to him to acquire the thing he cares for most. That would have been his memories, and even he wasn't willing to give blanket promises. Nothing that will harm women or children. Nor would he give up his equipment.
Yeah, he
to
did
Solar.
immediately say like, no women or children hurt. That was like one of the
Yeah.
No innocent
So-
woman or child.
yeah. So given-
Do we think he'd get enough though for the kobolds?
more than likely, I would probably tip my side to the yes.
We could always hedge that bet by sending our stone soldiers.
There's also Vorgoth we could probably send there too, because I'm pretty sure he's still feeling guilty.
Yeah, but Vorgoth was or was not affected, Derek. Because he was part of Josh's squad, but I don't know if he was affected or not by Vigir.
He was affected by Vigir.
Yeah.
The stone soldiers weren't because they're way over.
Well, and they're not actual sentient things. They're constructs. So,
Just as an offhand question, are Reapers affected by daemons?
they can be destroyed by daemons, just like daemons can be destroyed by them.
Okay.
So theoretically, we could ask our newest acquaintance if he would be willing to lend a hand. That we have 2 locations of daemons, and we can't respond to them both.
Yeah.
Tell him what we know about the situation, and then send him, and then tell him we'll send him some backup, and that backup could be our 5 stone golems.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't be able to fight inside the kobold dungeons, most likely, because they're way too big. But anything that's trying to assault the kobolds outside or trying to break into the kobold keep, they could easily handle.
I could also try and send him some Reapers, but that's
I would not do that because the Grim Reaper is the one that's orchestrating all this. That's a good way to lose your Reapers.
Go.
Sorry, there was something I forgot in my notes. Blah, 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 blah. Chucky, when you did your scan, he wasn't the only one at T16.
Ooh.
There is it would give you, because this is the sci-fi element of it, it gives you the vital stats of a familiar ally. One you haven't seen in some time. Sometime annoying. I believe he went after you with a knife a couple times. Thanks to your buddy Charlie. Or Gavin.
Fucking Quee.
He didn't go at me with a knife. He went after Rambo's previous.
Oh, Rambo. Yeah, there we go. Sorry.
He's at T16. Oh, so he's at T16. Yeah, like I said, I'd say we send the stone golems to the kobolds, see if our new acquaintance is willing to go to the kobolds, and then we break up the party at T16.
Let's do it.
You do know, so to put this in perspective, Quee is with this entity. So you do not need to split your party.
Here's our 2 birds.
Right.
Well, I know I was forgetting something in my notes. Sorry again. My painkillers really just hit me hard in the last 40 minutes.
No worries.
Okay. Does Nair contacts?
Yeah.
Them?
Yes. Without question.
Give me my targets.
Okay.
I take that as a yes. Step right up. You're the next guest. You're the next
Okay.
guest.
So when she's courting them, because I ask her to see if one of the tattoos has been resolved.
She teleports them, and it has. The tree is no longer, the effeminate tree is no longer branded upon him.
Okay. So we're going to T16, Derek.
Okay. We might not get into the boss fight just because it is 9:30, unless people can go past 10, because I don't know how long it will take. We can handle the RP up to that point of combat, see what happens, and then we pick up next session.
I
Or
will
if people
let,
want to push on past 10, we can. But
I'll
it's
let
up to
other
you
people
all.
decide. I have the next 2 days off, so
I have no idea when I go back to work. I still got, how many days are in this month? 30 days. I still got 16 days before I even get my MRI. So yes, I have been nerding out hardcore, reading the rules and hammering them in and getting shit ready for the next campaign. And fleshing out the last little details in this one since things changed and
the beginning.
we went we went we won't talk about that. I learned a lot from this game, and that's why I'm definitely going with straight up Ren Adventures. Even my sandbox one is going to be the Call of the Dragon Lords, which is the Rise of Draconia or whatever you all decide to call it, and whatnot, is going to be far more structured. I went back and I read the 600 and something pages of the original Pathfinder, like the adventure path that really solidified exploration sandbox, adventure paths and whatnot, over a decade ago. And, I've really learned some cues from that. So it will not be the mess that it is here today. Not this. I learned my lesson from this game. But, so it's up to you.
As far as what we're going to do, I'm going to have to vote for doing just the RP.
Okay.
If people are available tomorrow, I can see what time I get done with work. Maybe if we wanted to do something tomorrow,
Okay.
as long as I get done early enough to actually get a nap in before we game.
Just let me know.
Game, but it's kind of up to you. Well, what do you guys think?
I'm up for it. Just remember, my hard cutoff is 9 o'clock because I got to take Sam to work.
Fair enough. Like I said, tonight I'm not going to be able to go
Yeah,
past
no,
tonight.
it's cool.
Yep,
It's cool.
that's fine.
And if one person has to call it, I'd say let's just not bother with it tonight, just because.
Yep.
The importance and the gravity of this. So, Amaroth teleports, and your stone golems are teleported there too. She has how many? That's 6 uses. How many more free teleports does she have?
Does it actually?
Yes, it's there. It's on her innate spells.
But it's in her spell section. All right.
I kind of want to know what would happen if she got the Planeswalker ability.
So she has 2 more uses.
2 more.
You see
okay.
the daily uses over there
Um.
on the right-hand side.
Daily. Okay, yeah. 8.
She's used 6 of 8 today.
Okay.
She also has a 10th level spell, or has the spell Gate, so.
Yeah, there is that, and you got teleportation circle and things like that. But that's her free innate abilities without using. All right, so you teleport to one of the peaks of this mountain range. There's light dusting of snow, and the wind is deadly calm. About 100, 150 feet. Can't really tell because of the light, shining off. And it is getting later in the evening. Actually, no, this would be the next day. This would technically be the next day because you all spent. No, it'd be night. It'd be night because you all never said you got dressed.
Yep.
So hey, tomorrow. Good old Josh, we need to get those Xander rolls done with because tomorrow is the 3rd day and we need to know if Xandric walks out victorious or if he is Famine's bitch.
Yep.
About 150 feet, you all have dark vision and all that, and you know the sun is setting. You see Kui bound by chains with the runes that radiate kind of an ethereal glow. You see a tall elven man, long flowing archmage robes, staff of power. And he has his right hand extended, and he is uttering incantations in the language of demons. I think it's Infernal. No, you got Abyssal, Infernal, and then the demonic language. I can't remember it off the top of my head. It might just be the demonic.
Abyssal is the demon language. Infernal
Abyssal is demon. Infernal is devil. Don't remember what demons are, but he's speaking that the only one here that can understand it is you, and it is an incantation. It is a very, very potent, powerful ritual that will cause a chain reaction. Actually, I'm not going to give you details unless you do something to identify what's going on.
You know, normally I do that, but counterspell.
Rituals aren't spells.
Damn. Screw it. I'll go ahead and Arcana to identify.
Okay, you're using recall knowledge. Okay. Go ahead and give me an Arcana. All right. So, that is a success. What you can tell, and you can extrapolate from your knowledge of the Arcana and how spells and rituals work, even though rituals aren't quote-unquote spells, they still draw on the essences of magic. This is completed. It will cause a chain reaction of destroying the ley lines and diverting their energy to a focal point.
Well,
Which if the ley lines are destroyed, that's devastating on a mass scale. But that energy is also every bit as devastating of the lasting effect of the ley lines no longer existing here. The ley lines no longer exist here. Magic becomes sporadic. It becomes wild.
Yeah. Correct.
Only after ritual is completed. Because then the magic actually takes form.
Shout out, he's trying to destroy the ley lines.
I'm trying to decide.